she dance, she directs, she produces. She is Marissa Oliver to the stage.
So much for coming today. So, V, we have seen you in the community, really, of course, showing off your talents when it comes to this baking. You are a beast at this baking thing. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, of course, and what inspired this sweet endeavor?
Absolutely. So my name is Valecia Dean. I've been in Northwest Arkansas about 3 years. I started baking sweet pumpkins during COVID. I work in hotels and all my hotels shut down. So I was like, what can I do? And immediately I heard the word bake. So I called people and I said, hey, I'm gonna start taking some orders. They started rolling in. It's not stopped yet. Pumpkin. Pumpkin was my dad, who passed away in 2018, and he was a believer that life is short, so eat dessert first. So that inspires me to bake. I believe that, people sitting around a table, sharing a meal, and who don't love a good pound cake? So that inspired me, and it's been a blessing. I can't even describe all the things that I've gotten into.
That is wonderful. If you guys take a look at the screen, y'all, come on, look at the material.
Yeah.
It tastes as good as it looks, probably even better. You talk about, I heard you talk about baking as a creative expression. Like, that's what we're talking about here tonight. How we show up as ourselves within the art that we create. Can you tell us a little bit how you do that with your baking?
Absolutely. So when I introduce myself, I don't normally say I'm an artist. I say I'm a baker. But when I think about it, I absolutely am an artist. I just use butter and flour and sugar, and I think that's a great medium. So for me, when I do the creative process, I'm super intentional about everything being done from scratch. I don't believe there are shortcuts in this. Anybody that's an artist, whether you're painting, dancing, whatever that is, shortcuts lead to failure. And I promise you, a pound cake falling in the oven, that is failure. So you make sure that you have your processes all down. I don't have any shortcuts because, again, it'll let you down.
That's exceptional. I think when you say, shortcuts lead to failure, I think that's really a good thing to express. Do you think that when you first started, you kind of had in your head, like, maybe I can try to do these things really quickly? Like during COVID, a lot of people were just kind of scrambling, trying to figure things out. Did you always have in your head, like, no, I never want to take this easy way out?
I did, and for me, my mother and grandmother taught me how to bake. And so anybody in here that's ever been in the kitchen with a black mama or a black grandmother knows, do it like I teach you. So I don't use quote unquote recipes all the time. And to me, that's the magic. That's the art of being a baker. When you can get in there and you don't have to set a timer. Your heart tells you, you better check that cake. You know it's ready. And so I never have deviated from that because it served me well. And so I'm a believer, what serves you well, keep doing it.
Every single event that I've seen you at, you have, I say, a new drop. You got a new drop. You're always creating a new cake, a new cookie, a new something. Tell us a little bit about your process when you are creating something new.
Well, I'm a foodie. I like to eat. So when I go out, I can taste something and I can say, this combined with another element would be something really incredible. So I've come up with things like Whoppers, pound cakes. Everybody's had a Whopper, right? So a malted pound cake, and I thought, let's go home and try it. Turned out great. I think you take the things that you know that you love, and when you branch out as a foodie, you taste things that you've never had before. And so I'm never scared to get in there and mix it up.
If you've ever done business in Northwest Arkansas, you know it can be very tricky we have a very unique set of circumstances here in Northwest Arkansas when it comes to both artistry and business. Tell us a little bit about how, you know, your whole creative process and everything you put into Sweet Pumpkin's Bake Shop, how has that transferred into doing business here in Northwest Arkansas?
Well, Northwest Arkansas is very different from what I'm used to in the way of like a microcosm of people. I don't see very many people of color in a lot of the places that I go. But for me, baking has allowed me to enter rooms that most of the time people there don't look like me. But I want to show up authentic, I want to show up with excellence, and I've done that with baking. It's allowed me to be able to do events that I would have never imagined. I did an event a couple of weeks ago with Marissa for over 2,000 people. A girl who started baking in her kitchen. So for me, being here in Northwest Arkansas has allowed me to show people, you don't have to look like me, we don't have to be the same, but each one of us brings something unique and wonderful to the table.
Yes, and that event, did anybody go to Break the Ice?
Woo!
Yeah, that was her. If you ate any of those at Break the Ice, that was me. She kills her presentations, y'all. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks. Drop these top 3 bakes. What are your top 3 favorite items at Sweet Pumpkin's Bake Shop?
Number 1 is going to be red velvet. Everybody has a red velvet story, whether it's your mother, your grandmother, or auntie. I have taken my mom's red velvet recipe and I kind of tweaked it a little bit, add a little razzle dazzle, and people seem to love that one. Number 2 is going to be my basic cream cheese pound cake. It's the one that your big mama made, and you taste at the church functions. It's classic, moist and rich. Number 2. Number 3 is going to be my peach cobbler pound cake. So, yeah.
We know about that one. We know about that peach cobbler pound cake. Is that that one? Yeah. Is that one up there in the corner?
So you think all the items of a rich buttery pound cake, and then you think about a peach cobbler, rich nectar, juicy peaches, and then I'm a dough girl. I love a lot of dough in my peach cobbler. So on top of that, you're gonna have dough crumbles, cinnamon, brown sugar. It is truly a mashup of 2 of the best desserts you can imagine. So that's my number 3.
You ain't say my favorite.
What's your favorite?
The biscoff.
Oh, yeah, the biscoff has been very popular. I didn't know how that one was gonna land, but hey.
It landed on me, baby. It landed on me. I love that biscoff cake. I bet that's those little ones in the front right there. I would take one, I'd turn around. I'd give me a little bit. So, I know you only want to grow. You've only been growing since you started. That's why I really look to you as somebody I really look up to. Because you're kind of a person who's like, I'm gonna do something and I'm scaly. And it's only gonna get bigger and bigger. Which means now you gotta keep blowing. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that's like once you start going up, you kinda can't stop. So what's the future look like for Sweet Pumpkin's Bake Shop?
You know, I'm still growing. In May, we'll have a retail presence here in Northwest Arkansas in Raleigh. I'm super excited about that. I want to grow, but I don't want to be one of those businesses that grows without intention or having a plan. And so, yes, I'll have that retail location, but I want to keep it where it's boutique. I don't want you to come in one day and you get a version of a pound cake, and because I haven't planned appropriately, you come back next week and it's different. I want it to continue to be boutique. I always want my hands in it. I don't want 20 people baking my cake. I want to be in there being able to make sure that the quality is what I want, and that the presentation is going to be what you deserve.
That is excellent. Y'all give me a hand. So if people want to kind of, we want to put it in order. I'm ready to put it in order now. How can people reach you and do that?
So you can go online at Sweet Pumpkin's Bake Shop. You can place online orders. You can find me on all social media. Hit my inbox. I absolutely respond to orders there. But again, you can place orders online. We do events all kinds of corporate events, but any kind of independent orders, we take those as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today.